Hello traders, Doc here. How many times have you seen screenshots like this on a social media and thought to yourself, oh my god, this is great, I want to have results like this, I want to have profits like this? First of all, you need to realize is that when you see something like this, that is usually fake. It is very easy today to fake results like this, and people who do that, they just want to attract you by showing you these profits, but what they don't show you is analysis and take profit and stop loss levels. Here on these screenshots, we can see all winning trades, massive profits, but if you look closely, you will see that this trader took so many trades for so many different forex pairs, for oil, then he also took gold trades, and this is all complete mess. When you see something like this, please do not be attracted by these results. These results are fake, and most importantly, do not try to replicate this. This is not a trading, this is gambling, and there is a huge difference between trading and gambling, and many times you will not see pictures like this. Here you can see a screenshots that my student shared with me. As you can see here, he made one very big mistake. First of all, he didn't follow any rules. His risk management was awful, and he also made a mistake by not using stop loss levels. So he just entered these sell trades hoping that price will go down without any plan. As you can see here, there are many trades on a same pair and also with a different lot sizes. Here we can see a 0.2, 0.8, 0.6, 0.5. As you can see, this is complete mess without any plan. Luckily, we managed to lower these losses, but overall he lost, and this is just the way that you should not trade. The way you should trade is simple. You should always analyze your charts and make a plan. And before you enter a trade, you need to determine your stop loss and take profit levels. Especially as a beginner, you need to use your stop loss and take profit orders. Of course, some experienced traders might not use stop loss levels, but this is because of their specific strategy and experience, so they can afford that. But for a new traders, you need to use a stop loss. So what are stop loss and take profit orders? Before I begin, please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. A stop loss is a limit order that specifies how much loss you are willing to take on a trade. It prevents you from making additional losses on a trading position. I strongly advise you to use a stop loss on every single trade. And what is a take profit? Take profit works exactly opposite of a stop loss. It specifies the price to close out a position for a profit. So once the price reaches your take profit level, the order will be executed and you will end up in a profit. Stop loss and take profit orders are both limit orders, which means that they will be set as a predetermined prices, and if the conditions are met, the orders will be triggered. So if a trade reaches your take profit level, you will win, and if it reaches stop loss level, you will lose. So why should you use a stop loss and take profit levels? First is for a proper risk management. This is very, very important. Without a stop loss, you can lose your account in one bad trade. And if you don't have any plan, like an example that I previously showed you, you can lose your account very fast. Another reason is to prevent emotional and impulsive trading. Sometimes when you lose a few trades in a row, like 4 or 5 trades, then you will become angry and you will try to take revenge trades. So let's say you sold, price went up, you sold again, price went up, and then you're like, oh my god, price went up twice, now I will buy, because you are angry, you don't have a plan, you just want to buy and go with the market, but then price goes down, but you didn't use stop loss. So now you're waiting for price to go up. Should you close? Should you wait? What should you do? And it's a complete mess. So to avoid that, you want to use a stop loss. Also, to stay off the market, sometimes you can just put these levels and go away. If trading is not your full-time job, you cannot always monitor your trades, you cannot always be in front of the screens, and in that case, these orders are very, very useful. And finally, they are completely free. Most platforms have take profit and stop loss orders, so there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't use, except if you're an experienced trader that has a certain strategy that allows you to trade without a stop loss. But most of you are not experienced traders, and you should not think twice to use these take profit or stop loss orders. This is a simple illustration of how these levels look. Here we can see example of a buy trade or long position. So buy or long trades, they're the same. Don't be confused by it. So when you buy, you expect for the price to go up or to rise. So when you have a sell or short position, you expect for the price to go down or fall. So in a buy position, take profit is above our entry level and stop loss is below our entry level. But on a sell or short position, stop loss is above our entry level and take profit is below our entry level. How to determine your take profit and stop loss levels? Basically, there are two ways. One using indicators like ATR, and other way that is based simply on a price structure and price action. The general rule is to put your stop loss above or below key levels. And what I mean by key levels, I mean previous highs, lows, or resistance and support zones. So important zones and important levels. So when you enter a trade, you want to use these key levels and put your stop loss above or below them, depending on position that you have. Here we can see a consolidation example. We have a support zone and we have a resistance zone. Price is moving between these zones, and it's consolidating. So we cannot say that this is uptrend or downtrend. Let's say that you decided to buy here, which is very reasonable trade. Price went down to test this support zone. It formed some bullish pressure and you decided to buy. So let's say you entered here, for example. And now where to put your stop loss? Well, it's very reasonable to put your stop loss below this support zone and below this previous low. This also depends on which type of trader you are, but let's say if you're a day trader, a very reasonable place to put your stop loss is below this support and below this previous low. And let's say this is a 15 pips. So now where to put your take profit level? Well, first you can look at the structure and see that this is a resistance zone. So you can put your take profit at this resistance zone because you expect price to bounce and go up and reach this resistance, which is very reasonable expectation in this case. But you can also place your take profit level based on a risk reward ratio. Here on this example, let's say that our stop loss is 15 pips. So where to put your take profit? If you don't want to aim for this resistance, maybe you think it's too high and price will not reach it within a day. So you want to use a lower take profit. Well, you can calculate it based on a risk reward. So we have 15 pips in stop loss, and because of that we can aim for a 30 pips or maybe 40 pips in a take profit. You can also aim for some previous highs like this one, for example, and put your stop loss around this high, and we can see that this is 40 pips. So you have a solid risk reward 2.6, which is very good. You're aiming for this high level and you put your stop loss below this support, and this is one very reasonable trade. You don't want to use too narrow stop losses like this because you want to give a price some space to move. Maybe the price will go down, form a weak rejection and then go up, and because of that, or maybe some volatility spikes or reactions to a news, you want to use a higher stop loss level that will allow price space to breathe, and that's why you put it below the support zone. Also, you don't want to put too high stop loss because there is no point to put it down here. It's very reasonable to expect a move down if price breaks this support zone. Maybe price will break this zone, retest it and then go down. So there is no reason to put this stop loss too far from this support level. Also, let's say for example that you decided to sell here. Let's say that this zone acted as a support sometime in the past, but now acted as a resistance here, and also here you spotted some bearish pressure and you decided to sell. So in this case, where do you want to put your stop loss? You want to put it above this previous resistance level and above this previous high. Also, depending on your style, you can aim for this support zone here or put a take profit based on a risk reward ratio. So you can put your take profit around this level, your stop loss above this resistance, and you also have very good risk reward ratio here, as you can see. Now let's look at a downtrend example. So price is moving down, we have a lower low, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, and now here we have a resistance. And let's say that you decided to sell here. And in this case, where do you want to put your stop loss? In a downtrend, you want to put your stop loss above previous high, considering that you want to open a sell trade, which is something that you should do because we have a downtrend. You look for an opportunity to sell, and when you sell, you put your stop loss above previous highs. And you can put your take profit level around this previous low, but because we have a downtrend, we expect price to break this previous low, so we can put our take profit below this previous low level. Also, we need to combine good risk reward. And this example here, let's say that we have a 15 pips stop loss, so we can put our take profit around 30 pips and have very good stop loss placement and very good risk reward ratio. Of course, if you are a swing trader or you don't have a problem to wait a long time for price to reach your take profit, then you can go much higher with your take profit levels. And here we have one uptrend example. So let's say that the price is moving up, we have higher high, high high, higher low. Here we have a double bottom, which also represents a higher low. Then price retested this neckline and you spotted some bullish pressure. In this case, it is very reasonable to buy and to put your stop loss below this neckline retest, or you can go even higher and put it below this previous low. So let's say that you put stop loss below this previous low. And where do you put your take profit? Well, you can always scale up on a higher time frame and find some previous key levels that you can aim for, and of course combine these levels with a good risk reward. So let's say that you scaled up on a higher time frame and you spotted some key level there. Well, you can aim for that key level and then look if this level gives you a good risk reward. In this case, we have a risk reward 2, which is very reasonable to aim for. So now you have a long trade with a stop loss below this previous low and a take profit around previous key zone that also gives you a very good risk reward. Let's look at some examples right now. So let's say that you notice these lower highs here and this support zone. So you decided to connect these lower highs with this bearish trend line and also mark this support zone. We can see that price bounced back from our support and broke our trend line. It went up, but immediately reversed and went down to retest our trend line. We can see that price also formed this minor support zone and then formed this massive bullish candlestick. So let's say that here you decided to buy, which is very reasonable. So where do you put your take profit and stop loss levels? Well, depending on your style, you can put it below this support zone and then aim for higher profits and also combine it with a good risk reward. In this case, we have risk reward 2, which is very good. But for example, if you're a day trader like me and you don't like to have such high stop loss levels, you can reduce it to around 20 pips like this below this previous support zone. And then you can aim for this previous high. Of course, you will not aim at the highest possible point, but you can aim for some place around this previous high that will also give you good risk reward. So for example, we can aim here, which is also a round number, as you can see 1.0770, or you can go even lower like this, which will also give us a good risk reward, in this case 2.7. And then you execute and just wait to see where the price will go. In this example, price went up and reached our take profit level. If 20 pips is too high for you, then you can go lower and put this stop loss level below this candlestick wick. This is a little bit riskier approach because you're using such a narrow stop loss and you're not giving a price some space to move, and some sudden spikes can stop you out. But if this is your style, if you are ready to risk 10 pips, then you can go for it. Now let's look at this example. Here we have these lower highs and lower lows, which means that we have a downtrend here. With this high here, price confirmed this previous low and went down. It then broke this previous low and formed a new lower low. Then we can see that price formed pullback and retested this previous low. So let's say that you saw that and decided to sell, which is also a very reasonable trade. For a stop loss, you can put it above this previous high or this resistance zone, and you can aim from this previous low. In this case, we don't have very great risk reward, but because this is a downtrend, we can expect that price will break this low and form a new lower low. And because of that, we can use a higher take profit level, which is below this previous low. Of course, if there's nothing here, like in this example, you can always scale up on a higher time frame to find some previous key levels that you can aim for. But in this example, let's say that we decided to sell here, put our stop loss above this previous high, and we aim below this previous low, and also combine this good risk reward. In this case, our risk reward is 2.2, which is great. And then you execute. As you can see, price reached our take profit level. But first, we can see that price formed this minor bullish move and tested this previous high. But because we use very reasonable stop loss level, price didn't stop us out. It then confirmed this level and formed this massive bearish move. And this is the reason why you put your stop loss above or below a certain key level. If we put our stop loss here, then this would be a bad decision because price would stop us out. And that is why we aimed above this previous high. At this example, we have this massive bearish move, and also we have this supply zone with this resistance zone here. So price then formed this bullish move to retest this previous supply zone and also this resistance with this massive bearish wick rejection, followed with this bearish candlestick. So let's say that you saw that and decided to sell. And like I said earlier, you put your stop loss above this previous resistance, and you can aim for this previous low level, which will also give us a good risk reward. As you can see, it's 2, which means that we will win twice as more pips if price goes down than we will lose if price goes up. You then enter a trade, but in this case, unfortunately, price stopped us out. As you can see, our analysis didn't work this time, but of course you cannot win every time. But what is very interesting here is that our stop loss protected us from much bigger loss. As you can see, price continued to go up to test this previous major high. So if you hadn't used your stop loss, it would have been a very bad loss. And this is exactly why we use stop loss, to protect our account from much higher losses that can potentially wipe our account. Let's look at another example. Here we also have this massive bearish move, but then price formed these higher lows and also formed this third higher low that confirmed our trend line, and also, as you can see, retested this previous high level. So here we have a confluence zone between this trend line and this zone here. So let's say that you spotted that and decided to buy. Where would you put your stop loss? Well, in this case, below this previous wicks, so below this previous low level. And you can aim for this previous high, but in this case we will not have a good risk reward, so you can aim higher, especially because we have an uptrend now and we expect price to break this previous high. You execute and you wait to see what will happen, and as you can see, in this case price reached our take profit. It actually continued to go up and reach this previous major high here, but we don't want to be greedy with our take profit levels and to put them too high. It would have worked this time, but sometimes price can reverse, but of course that depends on which type of trader you are. You can absolutely do this. You can put this take profit level at this previous major high and also get much better risk reward, but it takes more time for price to reach this level, and sometimes price can reverse, so I don't like to put my take profits too far away from my entry point. But if this is your style, you can go for it, as long as you have reasonable stop loss level and a reasonable risk reward. This was one very important lesson, and I hope you learned how to place your stop loss and take profit levels. If you need to take just one thing from this video, just one single thing, is to use stop loss order every single time you enter a trade. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe so I can continue to make more videos like this. Thank you very much and see you in the next video. Bye bye.